The 7th of January 2023. This is real, true education, not fake news. And it's S for serious, that S means serious. And we're talking about electric vehicles. You're very welcome back to the channel. Now, a bit more on electric vehicles. Number 52. So we moved away from 51. We're now going into 52. Now, a bit of news. The Norwegian ferry company, this is the name of it here, Havila, don't ask me to pronounce it, careful strange thing, Havila Kystruten ferry company in Norway, have banned electric cars and hybrid cars because they're an absolute danger. They're an absolute danger. And the grounds of them is that they're a danger to passengers and to other property. I can't understand why insurance companies are still insuring vessels that carry them. This is some blow. And this is something you should tell your neighbours when they're talking about electric cars. You can't take them on a Norwegian ferry, and it may only be a matter of time till you won't be able to take them on any ferry, because it is only a matter of time. And in New York City, the majority of house fires are caused by electric scooters, which are just thrown in the hallway or left in the park, and they're going on fire. They're going on fire all over the place. They went on fire in Dublin, they went on fire in Clare, and they're going on fire in many places. And the fire is vicious, very, very hard to put out. Now, about a year and a half ago, the Felicity S, a big ship, a car carrier, left Germany bound for Virginia in America. I think it was Norfolk, Virginia, or somewhere like that, for a port on the east coast of America. And it had on board 3,900 cars. 3,900 assorted German cars. Audi, Volkswagen, Mercedes, and all of those. Now, it didn't give the amount of them that was electric, but I have done a rough guess at what would be going in the current environment, and I would say there was 500 fully electric vehicles and 500 hybrids. So there'd be 500 hybrids and 500 electric vehicles. That'd be about 1,000. Might be a little bit more, or it might be a little bit less, even if it was only 700 in total. What happened was one of them went on fire, and they discovered they couldn't put the fire out. It could not be put out. Shipping cannot be put out. You cannot get it out. There's no point spraying water on it. That only makes it worse. And the shipping company has said that it puts passengers at unacceptable risk following an assessment and analysis they have carried out. Okay. So, that's some development. You won't hear that on RTE. And as I said, this can spread. They didn't do that. Norway has more electric cars than any country that I know of. I think it's loaded down with them. There you are. You can't go on a ferry. In a country where ferries are very common. Now, as I said already, you cannot tow most electric cars I know. Now, if there's anyone watching this and you know of one that you can put a rope onto it and pull it along the road, please let me know. And don't just say you can tow mine. I want to know the make and the model of the electric car you say you can tow. Secondly, you can't tow a trailer with them. You can't put a tow bar on them. It's prohibited, and it's designed so you can't. There'll be somebody commenting here under that they have a tow bar on theirs. If you have, I want to know the make of the car and the model and the year. And for the former also, about towing them from behind another vehicle, please let me have the year as well. And state if it's a hybrid or a full electric. There's no point beating about the bush. Oh, I can go mine, yeah. I'm able to get mine going. I want to make model, whether it's hybrid or not, and what year it is, okay? And then I might accept that. Yeah, now you can't go on a ferry. Now, if you can't go on a ferry, imagine a multi-story car park. Imagine living in a housing estate where they're near you. Now, another point is that benefit in kind is a tax relief where a person works for a company and is supplied with a car. You can be provided with a car. But if you're providing your own car, you have to get benefit in kind for using the car for the company's business. Now, just to explain that again, if you're supplied with a car for by the company for official work, for working for the company, you pay no tax at all. But if you can bring it home and use it as a private vehicle, you have to pay benefit in kind for having it at home. A lot depends then on having a notice on the side of the van, your company or whatever. Okay. So benefit in kind is very common, very old thing. But the point is, Mr. Eamon Ryan, the Minister for Energy in Ireland, has announced that in future it will only be granted where the car is electric. So you see them forcing the electric cars on us everywhere they can, forcing them on us everywhere they can, a fire hazard and a health hazard. Now, that report is widely published online. I think it's in the Telegram. It may be in the Mail. It's on several reports. If you just Google it, you'll get the sources there. It's not a cod. And also, in the case of winter, in the case of Switzerland, it's in the winter months. Now, I want to emphasize that. So they're banning them in the winter months only, not in the summer. And Switzerland gets 30% of its electricity from nuclear, 60% from hydropower, and the rest from fossil fuel and wind. So you can guess what the wind is doing. Okay, but they're banning them in the winter. Okay. Now, you see reports. I met a man today, yesterday it was, he was doing a job with me, and he said that he saw where they're reported in the paper where one wind turbine could power 24,000 homes. I think it was the town of Dundalk. You know, a wind turbine cannot power one home, right? Now, in the case of Switzerland, they're going to allow, in the wintertime, electric cars to be used for shopping, for medical services, going to the doctor or the hospital, and going to court. So if you're going to court as a witness or you're summoned to court, you can use your electric car to go to court. And that's it, folks. That's about it all. There are one or two other small things, but that's about it. Now, the funny thing about it is, somebody goes out to fish with their electric car or play golf, maybe goes 10 miles to play a round of golf in January when this comes in, or in February. And the police stops them, as they invariably will, because the police have been stopping them for the COVID. There's no reason they couldn't do it for this. And the police stops them. They get a summons for the court. Now, you can drive, the defendant can drive his electric car to the court and home if you get a summons for anything, or if you have to go to court. So this is the ludicrous situation. You can't drive out to do something you want to, but you can drive to the court when you get the summons to be fined. It is absolutely ludicrous. And don't be afraid to spread the word around. I'm putting this up for a good reason. And another thing to anyone that wants to do it, be right to the ferry companies here and tell them you're concerned about travelling on a ferry if there are electric vehicles on board. If they go on fire, as happened with the Felicity Ace, they cannot put it out. The Felicity Ace was let sink. They moved the crew from it by helicopter, and if they could have saved it or towed it or got it into port, they would have. It was off the Azores. Instead of that, it burnt and burnt until the whole lot went to the bottom of the ocean with all that electric batteries, all that chemicals, all that pollution, everything down in the bottom of the ocean. That's where it went. Unbelievable stuff. And this is all covered up and hidden in our corrupt media and our corrupt society and our corrupt government. From now on, anyone who buys electric or hybrid vehicles deserves what they get. They deserves what they get. It was well enough flagged. Oh no, Daphne doesn't know what he's talking about. There isn't electricity to charge them and will never be. And that's in Switzerland. Mr. Putin has cut off their gas. The whole renewable energy idea in Europe was all based on getting Russian gas cheap. And now that's gone. It was based on a ferocious lie They were never going to transition. And if they could transition, it's about time they did it right now. But they won't do it. Folks, that's it on 10 minutes. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Comment underneath. Give sufficient detail. You don't have to give your identity. If you have some experience, say if you're in America or Canada or Germany, so we can deal with it and keep it on topic if you can. There'll be another day for other things. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. There's some scam, there's some racket, there's some abuse of the environment, and some mess that our stupid woke governments have got us into. Bye.